Fox 5. Welcome to the News Block.
Here are the top stories on the News Block. President Trump hosts Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy at the White House for a high-stakes meeting on the Russia-Ukraine war. And in New York City, mayoral candidates back out of the campaign trail. They're back on that trail after trading jabs in their first mayoral debate last night. Good afternoon, I'm Duarte Geraldino. We begin the news block with breaking news out of Brooklyn. That's where a man was found dead outside of an apartment building in Flatbush. A law enforcement source tells Fox 5 that the body was found inside of a garbage bin around 9:50 this morning. You're looking at video right now. Now, that law enforcement source also telling Fox 5 the head and torso were found in that garbage bin. Stay tuned to Fox 5 for the latest updates on this developing story. Also developing right now, a high-stakes meeting in Washington today. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is sitting down with President Trump at the White House. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live in the newsroom now with more on the two leaders meeting today. Linda?
Yeah, hi there, Duarte. Well, first of all, Zelenskyy arriving at the White House in this video you can see right here this afternoon. The meeting between the president and Zelenskyy coming just one day after Mr. Trump spoke to Russian President Putin on the phone yesterday. Now, Zelenskyy is hoping to get long-range Tomahawk cruise missiles from the U.S. Now, Tomahawk missiles can travel about 1,000 miles. The Ukrainian president wants them to be able to strike deep into Russia to hit things like military sites, energy facilities, and critical infrastructure. Zelenskyy believes that if Ukraine has the Tomahawk missiles, Putin will come to the negotiating table to end the war. Zelenskyy met with President Trump and his cabinet today. Zelenskyy saying that he is confident that President Trump can use the momentum that he has right now after getting Israel and Hamas to agree to a ceasefire peace deal. And he says that he can do the same for Ukraine and Russia.
I think that President Putin wants to end the war, or it wouldn't be talking this way. I think he wants to end the war. I spoke to him yesterday for 2.5 hours. We went through a lot of details. He wants to get it ended. I think that President Zelenskyy wants to get it ended. Now we have to get it done.
We will speak with President today what we need. We understand what we need to push Putin to negotiation table. And as I said previously, so we are ready to speak in any kind of format.
Now, in the past week, President Trump said that he was open to possibly giving Ukraine Tomahawk missiles. But today he signaled that he is not quite ready to make that commitment. In the meantime, the president will be meeting with Putin in Hungary in the next few weeks. Duarte, back upstairs to you.
Thank you so much, Linda. And more breaking news, this time from the UK. Prince Andrew is saying he's giving up his royal title so he won't be called the Duke of York anymore. Now, he's already been on the sidelines of the royal family since his ties to Jeffrey Epstein became public. Now, in a statement from Buckingham Palace, the prince says the continued accusations against him are distracting from the work of King Charles and the royal family. Now, this comes as new excerpts are released from the upcoming posthumous memoir of Virginia Giuffre. She claims Epstein trafficked her and that she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew when she was 17. That's an accusation the prince continues to deny. And back here in New York City, things got heated at last night's mayoral debate. The three candidates clashing over crime, school, rent, and what it really costs to live here in the city. They even went at it over how each of them would deal with President Trump. And this morning, Republican Curtis Silva told Fox Channel if Zohran Mamdani wins, quote, the city's in trouble.
Kurt Russell sequel, Escape from New York Part 2, that's what you're going to see. Problem is, I represent blue-collar working-class people in the outer boroughs whose all their equity is in a home. They're not going to have the ability to cut and go like the billionaires and those who are well-heeled. So I have to stay and fight for them.
And today, Mamdani, who is a self-described democratic socialist, met with the union that represents janitors, airport workers, school custodians, and security officers. At 32 BJSEIU headquarters, members told him they're struggling to make a living, pay rent, and simply survive in New York City.
So much of our vision of protecting this city from the Trump administration is a vision that will have your members on the front lines, whether they are defending immigrant New Yorkers or defending New Yorkers in housing court, defending New Yorkers from either the crisis of authoritarianism or the affordability crisis.
For his part, Andrew Cuomo appeared on WABC Radio today talking about many of the many issues in the election, including crime. It's the issue everybody is talking about, and the candidates didn't hold back on the debate stage.
Defund the police, defund the police. They took $1 billion out of the police. The NYPD is now down at one of the lowest levels in modern political history. I would add 5,000 police, put 1,500 in the subways, raise the starting salary because you can't hire them.
Mr. Cuomo lies again and again and again. I am not running to defund the police. I am running to actually work with the police to deliver public safety. Andrew Cuomo says that he has stood up to ICE. He has not said a word about the abductions that are happening right now.
Andrew Cuomo, because when you were governor for 8 years, your parole board released 43 cop killers back into the street. Okay, your father, when he was governor, released none. I knew Mario Cuomo. You're no Mario Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo.
And the next debate is next Wednesday. And for more on the race for the mayor, tune in to Battleground New York City. The fight for your vote. It's hosted by SE Cup. You can stream it weeknights at 7 p.m. on the Fox Local app, or you can watch it right here on Fox 5 right after the 10 o'clock news. Let's check on the weather right now. The sun is out as we head into the weekend. Well, meteorologist Nick Gregory is at the Weather Center with a first look at the forecast. Nick, how's it looking?
It's going to be a great fall weekend coming up, Duarte. In fact, today, a nice fall day. The wind backing down a little this afternoon. It was a little gusty earlier, but we're pretty seasonal here. Low and middle 60s. That's about what it should look like for this time of the year, this time of the day. And again, the sun still rules, and the wind, like I said, backing down a little bit. It's sustained about 10 to 15, but the gusts are now really only mostly out on Long Island, gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. We do have a frost advisory. It's a little larger area than yesterday. It does cover all the lower Hudson Valley except you get to lower Westchester and southwest Connecticut and all of interior Connecticut and this little western part of Passaic County there again into tomorrow morning. Satellite view, we're all in the clear. These showers for now, they're going to stay away. We'll just have a few clouds in our forecast overnight as that high pressure kind of ridges out here along the East Coast. So take a look at that future cast and you'll see those chilly temps to the north and west. We're talking some low and middle 30s there out the door in the morning, mid to upper 40s around town and along the coast. Then we'll be up into the middle 60s tomorrow. Sunshine, a couple of high clouds will be around, so a pretty decent day, again, seasonal. Tomorrow night, not as cool. We'll be stopping in the middle to even some upper 50s in the city along the coast, mid 40s inland, and then we head towards 70 degrees on Sunday. So a very nice fall weekend ahead. Duarte?
Thanks so much, Nick. Looking forward to it. Now, in a new court filing, lawyers for accused killer Luigi Mangione says the Trump administration is using him as a political pawn. They're accusing the Justice Department and the White House of posting comments online that damage his right to a fair trial. Prosecutors allege Mangione shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare in Manhattan last December. And former National Security Advisor John Bolton pleads not guilty to federal charges. He is accused of mishandling classified documents and top secret information. Fox's David Spunt has the latest from court.
Ambassador Bolton, do you have any comments? John Bolton ignoring questions from reporters on Friday morning as he arrived at a federal courthouse in Maryland to turn himself in. The former National Security Advisor was indicted by a grand jury Thursday on 18 counts of illegally retaining and transmitting classified information. Federal agents raided Bolton's home and office back in August, leaving with boxes full of documents.
But I've seen a list of the classified material that was seized, and it is truly stunning if it is true.
The indictment alleges Bolton shared more than 1,000 pages of his day-to-day activities, including some classified information, according to authorities, with 2 family members, dating back to 2018, when he was part of the first Trump administration. In a statement, Bolton accused President Trump of weaponizing the Justice Department and said he looks forward to defending his lawful conduct and exposing Trump's alleged abuse of power.
This indictment really shows a level of casual treatment of intelligence information that's quite shocking.
Bolton served a little more than a year in Trump's first administration before the two parted ways bitterly. Bolton went on to write a book critical of Trump. The president did not mince words after learning about Bolton's indictment on Thursday.
Bad guy, yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes.
Bolton could face up to 10 years behind bars if convicted. In Greenbelt, Maryland, outside federal court, David Spunt, Fox News.
Also developing, the government shutdown is now in its 17th day. Pressures are growing as thousands of federal workers are in danger of missing paychecks. The Pentagon moved money around to make sure troops got paid on October 15th, but their next paychecks, which are due October 31st, well, they may not come. If the shutdown keeps going into November, food benefits for families could also stop. The next Senate vote to fund the government isn't scheduled until October 20th.